Hey, what's up guys? This is Kahl-One, aka Kahl-One, and we are here for the Fanatec CSL DD review. Now this wheel comes in at $399 USD for the entire package. We've got the wheel, we have the actual wheel base itself with updated, newer motoring system coming from Fanatec, and we also have the dual pedal system. It doesn't come with the clutch, you do have to get that separately. However, what you do have here is more than enough to get you started, especially if you're getting much more serious into sim racing, simcade racing, or just some arcade racing, and you want to have a sharper, more immersive experience overall. It's not from the $500 or the $600 range. It's just at that medium point so you can still afford it and not break the bank. Now with this entire setup, you won't be able to actually get this for the PlayStation 5. Fanatec has another setup for that, entirely different package, but you will be able to actually use an adapter for that. That would be for a different review for a different day. Now what we have here is really refined as far as the feel, the button placement, be able to customize the buttons in any way you like practically for just about every title that's out there. Now we're gonna be able to test this out in a sim and an arcade game, pure arcade gaming, but of course you can find the middle ground and play in simcade just the same. Check this out now. From what you'll be seeing, I'm just gonna be doing a couple of tests right now in Assetto Corsa. This of course is the mod. I'm gonna be using the Dragon Trail mod. Right now I'm on the standard setting for Assetto Corsa. We're not using the compatibility mode because I'm finding that this wheel works better, at least from the default mode rather than compatibility mode. So a big thing I noticed also from now using the wheel over controller is that my POV bias is a bit different. We now get to focus much more on the road, even though I still want to have a wide field of view. We're using a single monitor right now up until we get a tri-monitor setup. We are still having some pretty smooth results even with a single monitor, just setting the FOV pretty far out. So here we go. So this is one of the Lotus GT Street models. Now I was having some trouble with this vehicular model before. The first thing that I'll let you know is that you immediately feel everything on the road, everything. Now I know this course pretty decently, I would say, and it's also doing a lot of these courses, at least from Gran Turismo, in a title like Assetto Corsa, mods of course, is what helps me get more, I want to say, used to, acclimated to the wheelbase itself, and it's wonderful, man. So I'm able to do everything just as smooth as I would on a controller, honestly. I feel like I'm able to do things much more consistent here on this wheel. My experience with a lot of wheels, at least aside from IRL, is predominantly from a lot of the arcades and from a few track days that I was used to do from our kart racing sessions. So this gives me some opportunity to actually test things out much more efficiently, realistically, and not spend as much money. Even though I still love New York Safety Track, it's not cheap. No course test is, to be honest, to be fair. I'm in love with this thing. So another thing that I love about this is the resistance. I love the resistance. I love that you can feel the weight of the vehicle. That's a big thing. You can feel when the vehicle is starting to get a little understeery. So that's totally on me. I also can feel when that's happening, so I know when to fix it and how to correct myself in the next lap. I can feel when I need to adjust. I'm having trouble with this one. I purposefully like to choose this because it makes me work harder. And then when I go to traction control on another vehicle, I'm able to do quite a bit better. And believe you me, unlike playing on a controller, even if you're using right analog throttle brake all day, we still get more consistency here. Obviously much more immersive because I can actually feel the vehicle. I can feel when it's resisting, I can feel when it wants to go right there, and how to correct. It's true, you hear it a lot from people who have gone to wheelbases from controller. You get more consistency, you just do. Like I find I'm able to get more consistency on cornering than I do in a controller The controller, I feel like even with total control of a right analog for throttle and brake, I still have to compensate with my gears as a priority, whereas this, I am not. I have a balance of any direction. If I want to be more coast biased, brake biased, no pun intended, or gear biased, I can. I just have to switch my mode of thinking per track, per corner. Whereas a controller, I'm almost completely dependent on my gear bias. Let's let off on the throttle there because the traction control is not there to help me. And this is just so fun. Now, another thing I love about this is that this is a real workout. This is the 5 Newton meter model. It's not upgraded to the 8 Newton meter. That's going to be done pretty shortly. It's already strong. It's fairly strong anyway. All right, guys. So we're going to try with some emulation so I can give you a demonstration of how this works. That rhymed. Some games are going to be more compatible, some not. Something like this one, Sega World Drivers Championships, I was able to get this actually, yeah, it's all set up because it can feel the resistance. That's good. Get this set up for this game. Some games are going to be more compatible because, people just have the intention, so always want to use it. You're going to get folks that are going to jump on with the open source world and upload stuff to GitHub that you can download straight to your own PC. And then some games are going to be, a little less difficult to get set up with the wheel. So fortunately, I lucked out. There are a ton of people that have been doing a lot of mods additionally to Technoparrot, which is a big arcade platform that everybody's jumped on. They have a ton of the modern arcade games, or I guess close to modern, because this is more so from like 2018, I believe. And you got a lot of choices from Initial D to this, Battle Gear 4. I have set this up with 2 games. I haven't done it for Battle Gear yet. That's going to be the, next mission. Also, Battle Gear, I think 3 I have for PS2 emulation, so that's another one. So we're going to jump on this. Yeah! Yes, enter my card. Only way you're going to be able to play. Right. So this game was done in one of the Unreal Engine builds. And it's very blatant by the visuals. The visuals are gorgeous, as you can see. Alright, so I'll let you guys check this out. Okay, feeling a little bit with the crunch. Large wheel turn radius, as you can see. Now in here, the resistance, I have to change a little bit more because it feels more crunchy versus full resistance like the other games. But again, this is emulation. It's not completely optimized, so you're gonna have issues like that, so it's totally fine. But it's better than not having any resistance at all. Believe you me, I get a chance to play this in Japan, I'll be totally prepared, because this is actually a fairly popular game, I believe. I mean, Sega was pretty much the mainstays of the arcade in Japan, even though they've had to pull out of that game, pretty recently. Arcade, scene, I mean. This is basically, this is a total arcade game. It's a true arcade game. A lot of people call games arcade and they're more simcade. This is an arcade game. In the truest sense. Arcade hardware, well, emulated hardware anyway. But as far as the expression of the game, super colorful, in your face, questionable rules. Oi! And all about excitement. Down to the music, the colorful nature of the map itself. And this is pretty tame compared to some of the other stuff that Sega's made, like Scud Race or Sega Super GT as they know it here in the States. Whoa. Yeah, much better now because I've had like a month of time. But you can still carry over even sim racing lessons into this game to a certain degree. God, this game is fun. It's true arcade racing. Love it. So yeah. Get to experience this. You won't regret this. This wheel it's just so awesome, man. It really is. I can't talk more. I can't just praise it anymore, And this is the default wheel. This is not even, a different wheel itself. So I can pop this off, add a whole bunch of different wheels that are already on the market. Some you can find aftermarket on eBay, some you can order straight from Fanatec's website. I would always err on the latter than the former because, you know, it's safer. Order straight from the manufacturer. Alright, so we're going to try again with Assetto Corsa Competizione. This is the official GT3 game, so, you know, pretty much if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So we're going to try this again with a lot less suck. Now that we actually know how to use this thing and not be afraid of it. But I would like to get, my driver rating up so I can actually play online, because they don't play that. It's not Gran Turismo. You can't just jump on and be a scrub. You actually have to earn your driver rating to play online in this game, and I love that. So yeah, it feels smooth here as well. Not as heavy as like Assetto Corsa Vanilla, but heavy enough, and I'm sure I could increase the resistance more in the options screen, but we're just gonna leave it as is. See, everything's really smooth. You can feel so much detail with this thing. Good God. Like, if I know it's gonna be bad when I finally get the VR system, and that's gonna be a problem. Because from everyone that I know, once you get your wheelbase set up, and then you get your rig set up, and then you get the VR, it's like, are you gonna leave the house? Like, Jesus. Yeah, I'm much more comfortable with this now. From training with the original Assetto Corsa, which is brutal, but you know, if I'm doing anything with real race vehicles, that's how it feels. You know, you gotta get used to it and you gotta get good. So you guys got a chance to check out AC, some arcade gaming. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. That would be why I'm getting flagged. Some emulation, arcade gaming, and of course ACC. So I'm loving this thing. I'm loving. Look how 1-to-1 it is. You know, I'm running at, I believe, between 90 to 120 hertz or frames per second, and it's hard to say. It feels sexy. It's awesome. Every game's got its own resistance. You really understand and feel each vehicle in each game. And every game communicates differently. So yeah, you definitely have to try this package out. $399 USD is not bad for something that you would probably be paying like 1,000 or 2,000 USD just a couple of years ago.